Moonlight making a top 10 best movie of the year list in February. Yeah, I drug this out, guys. I'm sorry about that. I wanted to make sure I watched every single movie that came out last year. And I didn't see every single one, but I saw most of the ones that everybody loved. So, I'm here now. I'm off Christmas break. We're back into the new year of 2017. Hopefully it's better than last year. So, you know, hey, let's just hope. And let's hope movies were better this year because, well, yeah, there were some disappointments last year, especially with the big blockbusters. Independence Day Resurgence, Jason Bourne, yeah, no. Hopefully this year is better. But there were some good movies that did come out, and it's enough to make a top 10 best movies of the year list. Now, before we start off and kick off, let's start off with some honorable mentions that just missed it. Just missed it by that much, but let's read them off anyway. Honorable mentions go to Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, 10 Cloverfield Lane, The Neon Demon, Jungle Book, Zootopia, The Invitation, Conjuring 2, The Witch, Sing Street, and the one that just missed it was Manchester by the Sea, unfortunately. But it did have one of the best performances given all year long by Mr. Casey Affleck. Dude, hope you get your Oscar. But let's not waste any time, guys. Let's start off this list with number 10. Denis Villeneuve, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Poor guy can never, anyone can never pronounce his name. He's going to direct the upcoming Blade Runner 2049 coming out later this year, which is one of my most anticipated movies coming out next year. And this dude is one of the best directors working today. I'm serious. Like, he's up there. His style mixes with like a Hitchcock meets a David Fincher. Like, he has such a unique and crazy style. If you don't know, he also directed Prisoners and Sicario. He is a fantastic filmmaker to look out for, but Arrival is a great, great movie. I love this movie from beginning to end. Amy Adams gives one of the best performances of the whole entire year, along with Jeremy Renner and Forest Whitaker. They're all great in this movie, and the way it ends is such an emotional punch. It really affected me, and it was a movie that made me keep thinking about it over and over and over again for weeks. I'm not even joking. But there were 9 other films that were just a little bit better than that one, so let's get to the next one. Patriots Day. I just saw this one actually not too long ago. This is a really emotional, impactful film, just like the last one. This is a great, great movie. Probably one of Peter Berg's best film, if not, in my opinion, his best film all around. I think this is a great movie. I think Mark Wahlberg, once again, is really good in the movie. John Goodman's really good. Kevin Bacon. Everyone does a really good job in this movie. And the way Peter Berg does this, it's so realistic. I love it. It really pays honor and tribute to the town of Boston and to the survivors of this horrible tragedy. And it really got to my emotions so much. It really did. It was emotionally draining, but in a good way. Number 8, another Amy Adams movie that came out this year is Nocturnal Animals. This is an even better one. I love this movie. This is directed by Tom Ford. Yes, that Tom Ford, the fashion designer. I know, but yeah, he's a director, and he's a really good director. He makes beautiful clothes, and he makes beautiful films. So hey, there you go. But all around, this film was amazing. I love this movie from beginning to end. I mean, Amy Adams, yes, she is great. It's a shame that she did not get nominated for an Oscar for this or Arrival. It sucks. That is stupid. But also, Jake Gyllenhaal, once again, as always, is fantastic. Michael Shannon gives one of the best performances he's ever given. And Aaron Taylor-Johnson, or Kick-Ass, if you want to call him that, amazing. All of the performances were amazing. The story just kept me hooked. And it really is a film that keeps you thinking for weeks, literally, like Arrival. It keeps you thinking about it, and you just love it the more and more you think about it. And I've seen it twice now, and I love it just as much, if not even more, the second time. I loved Moonlight. This was a fantastic film that really, literally made me cry. It really did. It brought tears to my eyes. Like, the three actors who play Chiron, I believe is his name, they're all great. Even the child actors. It's amazing. It is so refreshing to see a movie that has child actors where they are all fantastic throughout. I loved that. I absolutely adored that. And Naomi Watts is great. Naomi Harris, sorry. Sorry about that. Naomi Harris is fantastic. She deserves her Oscar nomination, as well as Mashallah Ali. Oh my god. He was fantastic. I loved every single performance. There is not a weak link in this film. It is damn near a perfect movie. The next one on our list is Hacksaw Ridge. This is fantastic. Mel Gibson, you're back, dude. You're back. Thank you. Mel, you are one of the best directors working today. I love that you've made a comeback, bro. You are awesome. This movie floored me. It really did. I love this movie. Andrew Garfield is really Oscar-worthy in this movie. He is fantastic all throughout it. I never saw Andrew Garfield. He is great. Same thing with Vince Vaughn, surprisingly. And Mel Gibson's direction is even better. He directs war in such a way, it honestly is one of the best directed war films probably since Saving Private Ryan, and that says a lot. It is so realistic, so gory, and so brutally honest. It really just floors me from beginning to end, and it will floor you as well. And I know a lot of people are not going to want to give this movie a chance because, oh, it's Mel Gibson, and controversy, it happened 10 years ago, whatever. Listen, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. His was a little severe, don't get me wrong, but listen, this dude is talented. Keep him Hollywood, and I'm glad that he's making a comeback. Thank you for nominating him for Best Director. Thank you. Thank you, Academy Awards. I'm so happy you finally made me happy by nominating him for Best Director. Go see Hacksaw Ridge if you haven't.
I am very turned on right now.
Deadpool, probably one of the biggest surprises of the year. This film was fantastic. I love this movie. I really did. I did not know what to expect going into it, but I loved it all throughout. This movie was hilarious. This is probably by far the most hilarious film I have seen all year long. Along with the #1 pick, which I'm not going to spoil, but this film was great. Ryan Reynolds killed it as Deadpool. We all knew that he would be perfect as Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, because he's got the mouth. He really does, and he sells it in this movie. He is fantastic all the way throughout. As well as the action. The action is surprisingly really, really good for being one of the more lower budget superhero movies. It does a fantastic job all the way throughout. #4 is Hell or High Water. This film was fantastic. This is what I like to call a modern day Western. This is how you do a Western. It is so fantastic to see something like this. Original. It's an original film. Did you hear me? Yeah, you didn't know those existed anymore. But yes, this is original film. It is a combination of No Country for Old Men meets The Town meets Heat. If you love all three of those things like I do, you'll love this movie. And all the performances, especially Ben Foster. Oh my god. It's a shame he did not get nominated for an Oscar, but you know what? He was great in my book. You knew this one was going to be on here. Captain America Civil War. This is one of the best Marvel movies out there. This is honestly one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen, period. I love this movie. The thing I love about this movie so much is that you get everyone's motivation. Even if you don't agree with some of their actions, you get why they want to do that. It has been probably since The Dark Knight came out that I have seen that in a superhero movie. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this movie's better than The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is still my favorite superhero movie without a doubt. But this film is fantastic. It is such a great Marvel movie. It might be one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen. Like, it is up there. It is up there with the Avengers. It's up there with Guardians. It's up there with Captain America the Winter Soldier. It is up there all the way, and I love this movie all throughout. And Spider-Man, thank you for nailing him perfectly. Thank you, Marvel. Instead of Sony ruining Spider-Man, you revitalized him really, really well. Thank you. And And I can't wait for Spider-Man Homecoming, by the way. Number 2 is La La Land. I saw this movie 3 times in the theaters. These top 2 picks are the only movies I've seen this year that I've seen 3 times in the theaters. So that's why I picked them as number 1 and number 2. But number 2 is La La Land. I absolutely adored this movie. This movie is fantastic throughout. I loved every single second of this movie. I have even bought the soundtrack and listened to it in my car. That's how much I love this movie. Damien Chazelle, who directed 2014's Whiplash, once again comes back and makes a great, breathtaking film. I mean, this film is so beautiful. Not just in the way the shots are. I mean, it's just a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful story. It's got beautiful acting, and it's got beautiful music. I adored this movie. And once again, my man, Mr. Ryan Gosling, he is fantastic in this movie. And so is Emma Stone. They both give great performances, and I love the music. I can't stress that hard enough, but I'm not a musical guy, but this is the best musical I've ever seen, period. Guys, the number 1 pick. It's the number 1 pick, guys. This is a film that I had to think about, but struck a chord with me so well because it's very rare that we see a movie like this nowadays. We see a lot of superhero movies. We see a lot of sequels and reboots and remakes. But it's very rare that we see an original buddy film. The number 1 pick for 2016 is...
Look at the bright side. Nobody got hurt. People got hurt. I'm saying I think they died quickly, though, so I don't think that they got hurt.
The Nice Guys. I love this movie. This is a movie that for the first week, when it came out, I bought it on Blu-ray. Literally, like on Tuesday. I bought it on Blu-ray right away. It is that good of a movie. Please, this movie did not good at the box office. It is a shame. Everyone who I have known who has seen this movie, who went out and saw this movie, has said it's at least good. At least good. But this movie did crap at the box office. People nowadays are complaining, oh, there's no more original films. There's no more original films. This is an original film. And yes, I know it borrows a lot of buddy cop tropes. But the thing is, with cliches, it embraces those. I'm fine with cliches as long as it embraces those cliches. And guess what? It does that times a million in this movie, and it works perfectly. Shane Black's writing is flawless. This is by far the best script of the year. It is absolutely fantastic. I loved every single line of dialogue in this movie. There is not a false note in this movie. And Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, I need to stress this hard enough. They have some of the best chemistry I have seen in a buddy cop movie ever. Like, they are so good in this movie. And Shane Black, if you listen to the director commentary, has said that he wants to continue to make movies with these two guys. He would love to make movies with these guys. Not just sequels, but just movies in general with these guys. And because this movie didn't do very well, I'm worried we're not going to get a sequel. That's a shame. That is stupid. This is a fantastic movie. Guys, please, I implore you, if you have not seen The Nice Guys, go buy it on Blu-ray. Go rent it from Redbox. Please, go support this movie. This movie deserves it. It deserves it 100%. We rarely get movies like these anymore. Please, go see this movie. I highly implore it. Well, guys, that was the best films of 2016. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the wait. Normally, that will not happen ever again. But please stay tuned. I'm going to review probably something in the next week. It's either going to be, it's going to be for sure John Wick 2. That's coming out next week. I did see Split recently. I might do a review on that if I have time. It's not a promise, but I did really love it. I love Split, just to let you know. M. Night Shyamalan is back, buddy. You know, so I'm happy about that. And you know what? Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have been absent for a while. And you know what? I'm going to dedicate more time into this YouTube review thing because it's something that I love. It's something that I love talking about is movies. I love talking about movies. So please, guys, please be patient. Please follow me still. I really love that you guys are supportive of me. Thank you guys so much. And yes, I have heard the response on my Paranoia short film that I made. Thank you guys for the generally positive responses. It is great positive responses. I'm so happy that all of you guys love it. I love it just as much because it has become something that it's everything that I envisioned. That's all I will say. And I'm glad that you guys have really loved it. Alright guys, so thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, you know the usual deal. And until the next time guys, I'll see you then.